1787 to 1800. September 14th, 1789. Congressional pay. What would be a fair salary for members of the Senate? The framers of the U.S. Constitution, in their wisdom, dodged that potentially explosive question. Some believed, however, that because senators would probably come from the well-to-do classes, they should receive no salary at all. Under the Articles of Confederation, the Constitution, in effect during the framers' 1787 deliberations, members of the existing Congress received varying salaries from their individual states. If a state legislature became dissatisfied with one of its representatives in the Continental Congress, it could simply suspend his salary. Seeking to narrow state powers over the central government, the Constitution's authors provided the congressional salary would come from the federal treasury, with Congress settling the actual amount. As one of the first orders of business, the House of Representatives formed a committee to draft congressional pay legislation. The panel recommended $6 for each day a member attended a session. But Representative James Madison, the Constitution's principal architect, irritated his fellow House members by proposing that senators be paid more than representatives because they presumably had greater responsibilities under the Constitution. The House ignored Madison and accepted the $6 rate of both chambers. When the clerk of the House carried the pay bill to the Senate chamber, senators were preoccupied with major legislation establishing cabinet departments, locating the permanent seat of government, and creating the Bill of Rights. Nonetheless, they found time for a heated debate on salaries. Pennsylvania's Robert Morris moved that senators receive $2 more than House representatives so that they would not have to live in substandard boarding houses and associate with improper company. On September 14, 1789, in the face of solid House opposition, the Senate agreed to a curious face-saving arrangement. Senators would receive $1 more than House members, but not for another 6 years, and the higher rate would remain in effect for 1 year only. 6 years later, the senators did receive the extra $1, but just for a 2-week special session in which only the Senate was convened to consider a treaty. For the next 187 years, members of both houses received the same rate of pay. Then, in 1983, perhaps as a long-deferred reward for the House's earlier patience, its members received a higher salary than senators, but only for a few months. Call it even. What this means is that they got paid only when they worked. Nowadays, they get paid no matter what. What's changed? And what can we do about this?